17 signs your crush misses you but is trying to hide it. How to tell your crush is missing you. Leave a like on the video my love, and if you are new to the channel, subscribe to receive new advice. Do this to help the channel continue to grow. Leaving a like is all I ask as a gift. This video is for anyone who wants to know if that special person is missing you but they are trying to hide it for some reason. Now here is the good news, because all will be revealed in their actions. So let's dive into the many signs that your crush will do if they are missing you. They are happy when they see you. If they look overjoyed when they next see you, this is your first big sign that they are missing you when you are not around. You are looking out for that smile that they cannot hide. Their whole body language will completely change. It's as if you literally light them up with joy. They ask you how you are and listen. Don't get this confused with the whole "you are right" comment when you pass someone. If your crush asks how you are and then waits to hear your reply and then asks you what you've been up to since you last saw each other in person, this is your second sign. They contact you when they are drunk. Now, I don't think there's ever been a study to prove this, however, we are going to clean it. So if your crush calls you to talk to you when they are drunk, it's a huge indicator that they do, in fact, miss you. Because when we are under the influence of alcohol, we can't stop thinking about our crushes. And if they happen to butt dial you by mistake, well, this is still a sign. They always appear where you are. If they seem to show up at that new movie showing that you didn't think they were really into, and this was after you briefly said that you were going to go check it out at 4 p.m., yeah, this is not a coincidence. Because someone that likes you will try to always be around you. Maybe they even come into your workplace when you are working, and they just kind of look at you, and it feels a little bit weird. That's your sign. They talk about you to other people. If you find out that they were bringing you up in conversations with other people such as friends or family, this is great news. If this happens, expect the people close to your crush to try to play matchmaker between you both. They ask for selfies or to video call you. Someone that misses us cannot get enough of seeing our faces. So if they ask you to send them pictures, no matter how casual they ask for it, don't ignore it. It's a huge sign. The conversations don't stop. You can expect this person to message you constantly. They will do all they can to stay connected when you guys are apart. So expect long conversations where it feels like they are grasping onto any topic to keep talking with you or to ask to hang out online and play games together. They make a reason to call you. Does not matter how they justify the call, they will try to move from texting over to calling you. So expect to hear the line, "I'm so sorry to call, but I find calling is just a little bit easier than texting." They stalk you on social media. Expect them to leave likes and comments on your new uploads. When we fancy someone, come on guys, let's admit it, we check out their social media profiles constantly. They go out of their way for you. Expect your crush to make up for lost time when they are not with you. They will call in when they are coincidentally in the area to bring you your favorite coffee or to stop by just to help you out with something. But really, it's just so they can spend time with you. They want to make plans to see you again. You can expect your crush to make the most of your time together. They will be suggesting that you guys go out to try out that new restaurant or to visit the new shop that opened up. They will always be trying to plan things to do when you are not together because, well, they can't get enough of you. When it comes to these plans, you may even notice that they suggest to do something that you think, hang on a second, they really do not like crocheting, yet they want to go in a crocheting course with me. And that's because they are trying to do whatever you want to do so that you are happy, so they can tag along and just see you being nice and happy. It's kind of cute, so don't doubt these little tiny things. If they make a willing effort to learn something and spend time with you to focus on your interests, it's a good sign. They do get jealous. They will feel the green eyes of envy if anyone else comments on your selfie. Anyone that is considered a potential threat to the relationship will be under close watch, and you will notice your crush will try to casually ask about this person to find out how much of a threat they really are. They take you up on your recommendations. Did you recommend a new artist for them to listen to or to watch an old film? Well, you can expect them to come back to you later on and tell you their thoughts on your recommendation. A crush will try to get closer to you and explore your interests and likes because they want to connect with you a lot more. They share their life with you. If you ask your crush how their day was, expect them to really tell you every detail, everything that happened. It may appear like nothing on the surface because this is just them talking, but really they are connecting with you on a deep level. They may even share pictures with you of their day of what they got up to. They contact you for no reason. You can expect your crush to pop up with a, "Hey, how are you?" and that's it. There's no other agenda, there's no requests or questions. It's just that they wanted to connect with you. Trying to get your attention on social media. Does it feel like they posted a status or a picture and it makes you wonder, "Pretty sure that's about me?" And if it is, there's a secret message behind that image or status. There really is, and you know what? They want you to stalk their social media profiles. So expect something eye-catching to get your attention, and then you know that they do miss you. They convince you to get home much quicker. A crush will always find a reason to make you come home quicker. If you are out with your friends, they may say, "Hey, come back, and we can play a PlayStation game together," or they persuade you to work the overtime shift with them just so you guys can hang out more. They deliberately will try to slightly manipulate every situation so that you guys can spend as much time together, whether that's in person or even by texting or even calling each other. If you've made it this far, my love, comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know, to confirm that you've received the knowledge from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video and share it later. Let's continue. How to tell if a woman is checking you out. Look out for these 13 subtle signs. Yup, you read the title right. Women do check out guys, and despite what you think, they will make it a lot less obvious than when a guy checks out a girl. She is able to fully check you out from head to toe without you even realizing. Well, that is unless you know the signs from today's video. The very first thing to notice is her feet. They will be pointed in your direction. Where a person's feet are pointed will tell you what they are most interested in that immediate situation. So if they are pointed in your direction, it means she's connected to you, attracted, and most certainly checking you out. Her pupils are dilated. This obviously depends on how close you can get to her face, and if possible, take note of her pupils. If they are enlarged, it's because of a sudden rush of oxytocin from her brain, and this happens when we gaze at something we are interested in or attracted to. She acts different when you are with other women. Of course, it's best known as jealousy. If this particular lady is actually checking you out, she will also notice anyone else that's in that vicinity. She's gonna keep close watch on your behavior around other women and also how they react around you. So look out for signs that she's anxious. Is she hanging around touching her legs or her neck? Is she tapping her fingers or her feet? Or does she have a nervous cough? Because these are all signs she's feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Now, obviously, if she's feeling uncomfortable, it's because she's clocked that there could be potential other people around that could threaten the relationship between you and her. When she laughs, she looks at you. Did you know that when you laugh at something, you will naturally stare into the eyes of the person that you are most drawn to in any current situation? So if you notice that this particular lady is looking at you when she's laughing, well, it's because she's checking you out. She moves her hair over her shoulder. A little bit like this. If her hair is down and long enough, watch how she swoops her hair over to one side of her body to display her neck to you. It's a subtle subconscious sign that women use to display their submissive behavior by revealing their neck to someone that they are attracted to. So if you happen to notice a lady on the tube, she's not actually staring directly into your eyes, but you notice she's positioned perfectly in front of you so you can stare at her, and she does the whole hair sweep. Well, she's been checking you out. You just haven't noticed it. You both lock eyes. Of course, probably the biggest sign of the video. But notice, how does she look after she locks eyes with you? Does she look away? Does she blush? Is she smiling? And, importantly, does she continue to look at you? Remember that when we lock eyes with a stranger, the stranger will look away and make sure that the eyes do not meet again. However, with a woman that is checking you out, you will notice you will both continue to lock eyes in an effort to get your attention. She is conscious of her appearance when she is around you. She will make sure that she looks her complete best to try and attract you in some way. So notice if she's next to you, she's going to be sitting but sitting up tall. She's going to be standing up tall. She makes sure that her lips are highlighted with lipstick or gloss. She's going to adjust her hair, get rid of the flyaways, keep it neat, and potentially remove her coat or unzip it to reveal as much of her figure as she can. She moves in close. Of course, she's going to be as close as she can to really check you out. But notice, does she stand close enough so that you could easily start a conversation? If so, this is her making it super duper easy for you to make the next move. She giggles if she is with her friends. Yep, women are still going to be checking you out even if they are with their Gertie tribe. And it can seem a little bit intimidating, a group of women next to you all looking at you and giggling. But really, it's because they all know that this particular lady likes you, or they could all be checking you out. Trust your gut. That's right, on this one you have to trust your gut. Our subconscious actually picks up more about our environment than we actually realize. So if you think that you are being checked out by a lady, begin to actually put it to the test to find out for sure. You need to stare at her, lock eyes with her, wait for her to smile, and then wait for her to continue locking eyes with you. And if so, well, it's up to one of you to spark up a conversation. She will glance and look away quickly. You won't ever see a woman actually scan you from head to toe because, well, they are the master of the art of hidden seduction. Whilst you were flicking through Instagram on your phone, she checked you over quickly. And she will continue to do this in short bursts when she knows the coast is clear and that you won't catch her doing so. She will compliment any changes to your appearance. Of course, she's going to say something. She may, in fact, be the only person at work that's even noticed you had a haircut. She will make it so obvious, and she will say, "Hey, you went to the barber's. You know what? I really like it. You look very dashing." Let's talk about checking you out on social media, because she's gonna do that, undoubtedly. Us ladies, well, social media detectives. Don't think that we won't find out where you went on holiday with your ex 4 years ago. We will scan through the whole of your social media streams and mentally download a whole personality to fill in the blanks if we don't know you enough. So if she mentions anything that you have posted up on social media, well, this is her checking you out cyberly. Women know that they're good at checking out guys without guys actually noticing. However, they can slip up momentarily if there's a situation where you catch her looking at you. This is when she will frantically panic and look away and try to overcompensate the fact that she wasn't really looking at you. If this does happen, she's basically feeling like, oh my gosh, he knows I like him. This is so embarrassing. But if you want to make things go with this lady, you need to keep looking at her and then smile so she knows that you're also interested. Because it could be she's been staring at you, taking you in, envisioning marriage or whatever she fancies. But it may be it's a fact that she doesn't actually know how you feel. So if you notice she's checking you out, do something about it and spark up a conversation so that you can have a guaranteed date with this specific lady. If you've made it this far, my love, comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know, to confirm that you've received the knowledge from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video and share it later. Let's continue. 10 sexy, older guy traits younger women love. Learn how older men attract younger women. Hey, have you ever heard the saying that love knows no bounds? It means that love has no boundaries, no distance, and also no reason. Basically, we can't help who we fall in love with, it just kind of overwhelms us and it just happens, especially when it does come to age. Although age is really just a number, it's still slightly taboo in our society for a woman to date an older man, and it's actually very common. Some of the most famous people in the world are a lot older than their spouses, like Madonna, who's 62, dating a guy who's 27, or Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, who have 25 years between them. And many women do like to date older guys, they are just naturally attracted to them and prefer to spend a lot of their time with them as opposed to the younger guys. And in today's video, we are going to learn about 10 older guy traits that young women find very sexy. So are you ready to dive in? My name's Pamela Raquel. Stay tuned. Trait number 1, they are more mature. This one is less of a trait and more something that older guys naturally have, and it can be very confusing because women's brains are 4 years younger than guys, but ladies reach maturity a lot sooner. Scientists say that women reach peak maturity at 32 and men reach it at 40. So this means that if a lady is dating a younger man, maturity-wise, he is a lot younger than her, which can make things extremely hard, especially when it comes to things like settling down, buying a house, getting married, and even having children. And while younger men are still interested in partying, older men are working on their careers and their future selves, and this is what women want. They want a guy who is ready to commit to them and treat them well. And when it does come to sophisticated conversations, older men are also better at these because of their level of maturity, which makes dating them much more enjoyable. Trait number 2, they are far more experienced. And yeah, I am talking about the bedroom stuff right now, but also in a relationship. They are also very much more experienced. Older men have seen more because, well, they've lived around longer, and they have most likely dated more people and have been in more relationships. And older men have picked up tricks in the bedroom and really understand what women want, which is super sexy. Older men also understand that sex is not just for men but also for women too. In relationships, they understand what women need, which women find really sexy. It means the relationship is normally more balanced. Trait 3. Searching for a daddy. Some women have strange relationships with their dads at a very young age, and it gives them something called daddy issues, which is what I'm sure you have heard of before. They start searching for someone who is the complete opposite of their father to repair some wounds in the past. So, in an attempt to find someone who is the opposite of their father, they search for older men who are similar to the dad they had while growing up. And women seek a mentor, a friend, or someone who will offer them some advice. And while dating an older man, she finds that she is naturally attracted to older men and continues that cycle. Trait number 4, they know what they want to have and do in life. Older men have spent a lot more time working on themselves. Well, obviously, they've had many years, and this means that they know what they want to have in life. They have a future planned out, and they would love someone to spend it with. And whoever they are on a date with or in a relationship with needs to be able to slot into their life. They won't be changing their future plans, but they would include a lovely lady in them. So the fact that older men are super sure about what they want in life comes across very sexy to the ladies. Trait 5, older men are mysterious. Older men have a certain sexy mysteriousness to them. They have seen things that you only see with age. They have a certain seriousness to their face and lines on their forehead, and women find it so sexy because they want to know more about that story and what they have done. Older men tend to ask more about women on a date as opposed to just talking about themselves, which makes them super mysterious. I once dated a very sexy older man, and he was really mysterious and had traveled the world. His stories absolutely made me weak at the knees, and I was instantly hooked. And young women find it so sexy to hear about the older guy's adventures, their stories, successes, and also failures. Trait 6, they are very understanding. The older man will treat women with more understanding and much more respect than what a younger man would do. They have lots of previous experience in relationships, which means they are more understanding of women's needs. And older men don't have time for small issues, they are big picture thinkers. They have more patience and will get to the root of a problem. So these guys will resolve any issues. They don't care for game playing because, well, they are far too mature. They understand why women feel hormonal sometimes and that they are going to like some things one day and then not like it on another. And older guys are willing to listen and also learn, and obviously, women find this trait very sexy. Trait 7, they are ready to get married. Older men are further along in their lives and are much more mature. So because of this, they are much more ready to settle down and get married. And women are often looking for someone to settle down with and someone who will not break their hearts any longer. A younger man is not mature enough to settle down for marriage, but for some ladies, that's all they want. Older men make the younger woman feel safe and secure, which makes them great marriage material. If an older man asks a younger woman to marry him, the woman is so delighted she no longer has to suffer heartbreak and can spend her life with someone very special. And the older man loves being with a younger woman who is full of energy, vitality, and youth. Trait 8, older men have more money. This is a brilliant trait that most older men do have. Not only have they had longer to work and develop their careers, but they have also had longer to practice the art of saving, and younger men are too immature with their money. They spend it on frivolous things that won't really last very long. Older men, however, invest their money in things like stocks and shares that will multiply in value and offer a more stable future. And women really want a stable future where they do not have to worry about things like money, and older men offer this for them. So the older guy might already own things like cars or houses, which the younger guy really doesn't, and women find this very attractive and oh so sexy. Trait number 9, the older man can help out around the house, and he enjoys doing it. An older man is more likely to be clean, and he wants to help out around the house. They may already own a house, they've had to keep it clean themselves, they understand. So this means they are very much house-trained, and they enjoy helping out around the house with things like laundry, cleaning the bathroom, and also the bedrooms. An older man is always a lot cleaner than a younger one, and I'm sure you could agree. This means that the younger woman does not need to clean up after him because house chores and cleaning is a subject that younger couples often argue about, but with an older man, there is simply no need because one of his best traits is that he will always help out around the house. Trait number 10, they treat women well. The final trait, which is also the most important one, is that they treat women very, very well. I have dated younger men before, and I have found them to be sometimes a little bit too immature, unwilling to commit, and very inexperienced. But the older man, though, has always treated me very, very nice, and they have treated me like an equal, and I absolutely love that. And I am not the only one because a younger woman wants to be treated well by the man that they choose to be with. Older men naturally do this because of all their life experiences and amazing traits that we just talked about. Why not date a younger woman? They will find you very sexy and attractive, and you might just find the lady that you would like to settle down with. And when you are 60, she's gonna look 25, a bonus. If you think I missed something from today's video, let me know down in the comments, give me a huge thumbs up, and consider subscribing to make my day. If you've made it this far, my love, comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know, to confirm that you've received the knowledge from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video and share it later. Let's continue. 10 red flags that your crush isn't into you. How to tell if your crush likes you, dating must watch. Have you been on a date with a crush, looked across the table, and wondered, is my crush actually into me? It seems like they are on their phone under the table, and it can be hard to pick up on those signs that someone isn't interested in dating you. And on a date, so many things could be going through your mind that it can be so very overwhelming. Plus, you are finally on a date with your crush, so you want it to go oh so well. But unfortunately, sometimes that person is just not meant for you. And if that's the case, then you deserve better, and of course, they deserve to be with someone that they do click with. And in this video, we are going to dive straight into 10 red flags that your crush just isn't that into you. So keep an eye out for these red flags on your next date, and you will be able to use what you learned in this video on every single future date that you go on. Stay tuned. Poor communication is the first sign that your crush doesn't actually like you. Communication is key in any friendship or relationship, and if you really care about someone, you will make an effort to get in touch and reply to their messages. And if you have found that your crush is all over the place when it comes to communication, it might be a red flag that they are just not that into you. There is nothing worse than sending a message to your crush only to receive a reply the very next day. You sit near your phone, and every time a notification comes through, your heart drops a little. But it's not actually them, so you're going to feel used and very hurt. On a date, however, they don't really talk to you, and there are large periods of silence. When you try to phone them, you will notice they don't actually answer, or they may have even ghosted you. And ghosting is when a crush just disappears completely out of the world without a word. And these are all signs that, sadly, they are just not that into you. So you are better to move on in this situation. They are most likely only going to cause you a ton of heartbreak down the line, so walk away and keep your head held high. They seem distracted. You have managed to pin your crush down, but they seem very distracted. They are busy looking out of the window or fiddling with the salt and pepper shakers on the table, pretty much everything and anything so that they are not looking directly into your beautiful eyes. They could also be constantly distracted by work, other friends, and also family. And if your crush does seem very distracted, well, it's obvious they are not making you a priority at all. They don't laugh at your jokes. You don't have to be a comedian to be funny. Everyone has their own quirky sense of humor, and your crush is going to laugh at your jokes, well, that's if they're into you, of course. And if you find that you're giving away some of your best material into a conversation and not getting any laughs from your crush, you might be asking yourself, are they actually into me? And the truth is, if they don't take the time to laugh at your jokes, it's a major red flag. Life coach Stacey Caprio says that when someone is into you, they will be smiling just being around you. And if you try to be funny, they will appreciate it, and it will be so easy for them to just laugh naturally. And if they don't really care about you, they won't bother to smile or laugh. Putting barriers in place. When you like someone, you lower those barriers. You become more flexible with your time, with the things that you want to do on a daily basis. And this is a sure sign that something is going oh so well. But when someone isn't into you, they will put those barriers and those boundaries back in place. Dr. Jack Schafer from Psychology Today said that people who like each other remove obstacles between them. Now, this is often a subconscious thing that a crush does. When they don't like the other person, this could be something like putting a handbag, newspaper, magazine, or a cushion physically in between them. It could also mean not being as open and honest with the other person as they could be. So next time you're on a date, take a look at the other person's body language. Are they putting physical or emotional barriers in between you both? Let's talk about the future. Because a crush that isn't into you will avoid talking about the future at all costs. They will even avoid the very close immediate future too. This could be talking about distant future plans but also those immediate plans such as, so what should we do after the date? They will avoid making any plans with you full start. Instead, they will say things like, yeah, maybe we could do that at some point, or I need to look at my calendar. These are tactical ways of actually avoiding the question that you were trying to ask. According to Cecilia Schweiger, a dating and relationship family expert, she said that it's either they sound hesitant or dodge the topic completely when making critical plans for the future. And this red flag is also applicable to smaller plans that you could be making. They will seem unexcited with the idea of having trips with your family or even going on vacation together. This is them not investing themselves into you, and it is a major red flag. It's just not obvious. If you even have to think, is my crush into me? Well, chances are, they probably are not. Sometimes it's not that obvious that they like you. They are not showing those normal typical signs, the smiling, the laughing, the touching of the arms, or just helplessly staring into your eyes. The University of Dayton did a study on this in 2018 and proved that if someone likes you, they are definitely going to be showing you. Instead, your crush is avoiding eye contact, and on a date, looks pretty bored. They have not introduced you to their friends, and you have been seeing them for a couple of months now. These and, you guessed it, are all bad signs. Sometimes we read way too much into things, and at the end of the day, it's simple, it's just not meant to be. They keep their life private. Whether it's a first date or even a fifth date, life is often a topic of conversation. You might discuss where you live, what your job is, you might talk about your interests and your hobbies. And when your crush is just not into you that much, they won't really talk about their own private life. They might ask you about yours, but they will keep themselves hidden. They keep themselves to themselves, and if you ask them, they will change the subject pretty quickly. Now, this is because talking about things that happen in your life, well, it's a personal thing. And if you like the person, you are willing to share these personal details with them. And if you don't, you hide them from them. You are the only one to make plans. A sign someone you are dating just isn't that into you is when they don't make plans with you. In the beginning, you might just think that they are a little bit shy. But this is most likely definitely not the case. It doesn't really matter to them if they see you or not. So they aren't going to put in any effort at all to want to see you. And if you do start to notice that you seem to be the one that's always making the plans, it's a sign that it's your time to move on, buddy. Because you deserve someone who is really going to commit to you because you are amazing. The beauty call. You are just drifting off to sleep, and suddenly a message pops up on your phone, and it reads, "You up?" And it's your crush. And you get that nice rush of adrenaline, and you're like, yeah, sure, I'm up, let's do something, even though you were just about to visit your dreamland and dream about cream cakes or whatever it is you dream about. If you've noticed, this happens every Saturday night, they turn up after being out with their friends, and then leave the very first thing in the morning. It's the biggest red flag of all. They interrupt you and they don't listen. If you are talking and your crush interrupts you often, well, this is just rude. After they speak, if it looks like they are not listening and they have switched off, it means they really are only interested in someone hearing their voice, not actually talking. So not only is this someone that you don't want to be with, but it also shows that they don't really care about how you feel. And if this happens to you, politely say that you have to leave, and you find the nearest exit. Honestly, you deserve someone who gives you their full attention and someone that is interested in who you are. So go out into the world and find your person. If you think I missed something from today's video, let me know down in the comments, give me a huge thumbs up, and consider subscribing to make my day. But if you want to get your name rolling up next to my face like these amazing people's names here, then all you have to do is click the link in the description bar below to find out a little bit more. Have an amazing day. See you soon.